Hello, Joel Fiesel here again. I have a question that I get asked a lot, quite often by agents. And, if you're looking to become a life insurance agent, one of the questions that people ask, oh, why don't life insurance make it? Why is, the number so low, the percentage? I've heard 8% of agents actually make it. Now, I believe the agents that I train that 100% of you can make it. And so, because if you follow the trainings, okay, and then follow my trainings, I'll tell you exactly, be straightforward with you why they make it, why they don't, and so the biggest thing that I see is agents just don't have the discipline to see things through. And so I always say is if you start with the end in mind, if you start with, I'm going to be here long term, okay, well, how am I going to make that work to be here long term? Well, okay, well, I have to learn from people that have been in the industry before so that I can understand their successes and how I can have those same successes. And so it starts with discipline. Okay, it starts with disciplining yourself. What most agents do is they'll quit when it gets tough. Okay, and sometimes maybe this is not for everybody, right? And some people say, well, I'm not the best at this or the best at that. Well, guess what? You can become great if you have a desire to learn. You have a desire to take notes from people who have done it before, so that you can strengthen those weaknesses that you have, where your weaknesses can become a strength. And so, I've seen it too many times where you have two agents. One agent is like, hey, I've been told this is what I should do to be successful. Hey, I need to study this. Hey, I need to start with age leads. Hey, I need to do this. I need to attend a weekly training, and so that agent starts off doing those things. And then you have another agent that comes in and they go, well, yeah, I don't really like doing that. I really don't want to go to those trainings every week. I don't really want to call age. I want to start spending the high dollar right up front and doing that, or trying every single different lead and trying to, all over the board. And, I want to kind of do my own thing. And then you start seeing these, what they call simple disciplines versus errors in judgment. And so these agents that are doing these simple disciplines follow a proven system. At first, it's not going to see much of a difference, but over time, this agent's going to start getting it and they're taking off. And I always say it's about adding layer upon layer, information upon information, where you have another agent that is not doing those disciplines and kind of doing their own thing, and that eventually, they're just going to go away because they're not having that success. And so I just, that's just a simple, thing that I say. And, and I started off on a part-time basis. I was working, for another company full time. I was in sales, and then I was doing this in the evening and Saturdays as well. And I wasn't home, but I had a desire to be successful, and it intrigued me because I saw what I was doing wasn't going anywhere. And so basically a couple things that I want to just hit some bullet points right here, just to have some notes to remind me, but your mind is super important. Okay. You've got to train your mind. And, your mindset, go into it thinking that you're going to be successful. Okay. Tell yourself, you know what? Somebody is interested. Somebody's looking for insurance, and I just got to call them so they can, you just got to make the phone calls so that you can find those people. Okay. And I always tell agents that we're treasure hunters. We're hunting, right? And say it like treasure, but we're hunting for people, right? And you just got to make the calls. And I always call us master sorters, because we're going to sort through leads. We're going to sort through people that aren't interested to find the ones that are interested. If you break it down real simple, it makes it so much easier. Okay, but you got to tell yourself that you're going to have success and that people are looking for you. Yeah. Second thing is you got to develop yourself personally. Read books about, sales. Read books about personal development, how to be a better communicator. There's audios. Great books out there. I'm a huge fan of Anthony Robbins, so I love his stuff. And then, of course, you have to create a schedule, and you have to treat it like it is a job. Okay, and so yes, this is your own business, but you want to be successful, you got to treat it like a job. Schedule your time. Schedule the time that you're going to call your appointment. Schedule the time you're going to learn. Schedule the time that everything that you do. Schedule it. Right. The more organized and scheduled you are, the more successful you will be. You have to buy leads. There's two ways to get leads. Either you're going to put in a sweat equity and go out there and make the leads happen, find the leads, or you're going to buy the leads. So, I think all the above work. We used to have something called the 3-foot rule. I shouldn't say used to, we still do. Anyone within 3 feet, we're getting a business card. Oh, by the way, just in case if I can ever help you with life insurance, mortgage protection, or retirement, I want to give you my card so you have it. And guess what? You talk to enough people, you're going to find people that are looking. So talk to everyone. Otherwise, you have to buy leads weekly and call your leads. You have to set up call time to be successful. Okay, you have to call them every week. I always say at least 10 hours of call time per week. All right. You need to attend a weekly training. So hopefully the company that you have provides weekly trainings. And so, I always say is if you can't make a training in person, watch the recording of it. Listen to the recording. We record trainings for our agents so that way you can go back and listen to it again and again. And take notes if you didn't take them the first time, right? And then here's a big one, okay? If you need cash flow, get a job to support your insurance business. And so, because let me tell you right now, if you are broke and desperate, people can smell your bad breath. They can smell that desperation breath. So get a job to take the pressure off, to allow yourself time to learn the business and on a part-time basis. Okay, I think the most successful agents start off on a part-time because they take it more serious because they don't have as much time to mess around, right? And so when you got cash in the bank and take your time, it's more of a luxury, right? You can still treat it like a business and schedule your time. Okay. Key to success, being consistent and persistent. So continue, that consistent effort every week, over and over and over. Over time is going to equal results. So don't give up. Deliver on your promises. One of the things that I think that I was, been taught as a kid growing up is if you tell somebody something, you do what you say you're going to do. You deliver on that. Read my reviews online. People will say over and over nice things about me because I deliver on those promises. I don't like to tell you something if I can't come through with it. So make sure you deliver on your promises, you follow through. And the last thing I always tell a brand new agent is be here 1 year from now. So say, you know what, I'm going to give myself a year to figure this out. It takes a while. Everybody has a different learning curve. Some of us can figure things out fast. Some of us come from an industry that's similar. Okay, some of us, it takes longer. You don't have to be a salesperson to be successful in this. You just have to have a desire to learn. I feel like I can teach you anything if you have a desire. I love teaching. I love training. So if you say, Joe, I want to do this, tell me what to do. I'll do what you say. I'm going to teach you how to do it. But if you're going to do your own thing, it's going to, you kind of want to figure it out your own way. It's going to take a little bit longer, right? And I say on a part-time basis, an average agent makes about $30,000 a year, and that's real part-time. I think your first year in the industry, not that you can't make $100,000, but it's tough, okay, because it's that learning curve, all right. And always compare it to football. If there's a NFL quarterback going from college to pro, they say that game is so fast going to pro level. And then over time, as they start figuring it out, it slows down. And that's the same thing with an agent. You get faster at what you do over time. So give yourself time to be successful. I think if you're doing it full time, your first year, probably 50, 60,000 is probably more realistic. Part time, like I said, probably around 30,000. And then some of you get lucky and you will make 100,000. But getting up into those six figures, a seasoned agent that's been here, at least a year, 2 or 3 years, will start getting those figures on a part-time basis. Well, let me take it back. I went full-time. I was about part-time for about a year and a half. My first year that I went full-time, I made over $100,000 in the first 6 months. And so is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. Annuities are some ways that you can get there. Those are a little bit more complex, but it's awesome. I remember the first time that I did, shouldn't say first time, but one of the biggest annuities at that time I did was about $1 million annuity, and I helped another agent, and we both took home about $25,000. And so it was pretty exciting. I remember going to the bank, it was the first time I ever had a check that big, and I was like, gosh, I hope somebody didn't rob me. So I was like, do they see checks like this? I was excited about it. It was a big deal. So that type of money is here, but it's exciting. I love helping, I love helping my clients. The reviews in this, I love them. I have long stories about different types of products that you can sell, And I love the mortgage protection side of things, and I love the annuity side of things. And so it's fun. I love helping people. They see that you'll get referrals if you're delivering on your promises and you're helping people, and they feel that from you. So with that being said, I hope this helps you. And again, if you'd like to be a part of our agency, go to our website, sffagents.com. That's SFF, like Secured First Financial Agents.com. Go under the training center or agent center, that is, and you'll find a link for Become an Agent. I'd love to talk with you and see if this is going to be something that's a good fit for you. With that being said, take care. Over and out.